Hey, what's up guys, it's Silver Coil. Today we're talking about the Mandalorian episode 14 review, what happened, what was going on, and some interesting spoilers ahead. So what happens in the episode? The Mandalorian travels to the Jedi planet that they were talking about in the last episode. And we get to see like he's still trying to train Baby Yoda with that little trick he showed Ahsoka in the last episode. And they make it to the planet, and they see the seeing ball and all that stuff. And Baby Yoda starts to meditate, and the balls just like starts activating or something. I have no idea. I really don't care about Star Wars anymore. He's trying to contact some Jedi, and we get to see Slave One finally. I'm really surprised Slave One made an appearance finally after all these years. And we already know that Boba Fett's probably coming, right? We just know because Slave One is Boba Fett's ship. And spoiler alert, Boba Fett makes an appearance. Wow, I'm so happy. And Boba Fett makes it, and he's with another companion, irrelevant character number 225 from the desert sequence in The Mandalorian. She was a sniper from one of the episodes from the last season, and we get to see her again, which is really, really great. I really don't care about this character. And Boba Fett's demanding his armor back. Mandalorian says his cliche, "You're gonna have to take it from my dead hands," essentially, right? And so it looks like they're gonna have a duel of some sorts, right? But they stand down because Baby Yoda's life is being threatened by the sniper person. And out of nowhere, a bunch of stormtroopers show up because of the tracker from the last episode, from a couple episodes back. Moff Gideon shows up, and he drops his stormtrooper buddies down there. And there's a huge fight, and Mandalorian gets knocked out for a good portion of the episode because he was trying to save Baby Yoda. And Boba Fett and the sniper person decides to start fighting. And they're fighting, and Boba Fett's like killing them for whatever reason. It's not really clear why he's helping the Mandalorian, but okay. Other than, oh, I'm gonna help you because you said you were gonna give me my armor back. Okay, bro. They have this duel, and they're dueling for a while. Boba Fett's killing them mercilessly, and they're just doing this action sequence. And I really don't like this action sequence as much because it kind of reminds me of a fan film. And you could watch it if you ever watch like any Star Wars fan films. I'm not trying to diss on them. I just think like they're not as good. I'm just saying like from a Star Wars, from something that's coming out of Star Wars itself, you kind of expect something a little bit more better. And I think this is one of the episodes where it just kind of looks awful because there's a multitude of reasons. It's really bright, first of all. The location really like sucks in a way. I don't know why, it just sucks. It looks like they just shot it off in some fucking like park in California, like any fan film would do. They would shoot it in some like park somewhere, you know what I mean, and add like the CGI stuff afterwards. You ever watch that? It kind of reminds me of that. I'll show some on the video right now, but it just kind of reminds me of that. And Boba Fett's killing them mercilessly. They're just having this huge gunfight, and more stormtroopers come, yada yada yada. After a while, the Mandalorian shows up finally to help, and Boba Fett gets his armor back and whatever. And Boba Fett tries to flex on us for a little bit, showing like how cool and badass he is. Oh, look at me, I'm killing all these stormtroopers. Yeah, man. But I like let's not forget this is the same Boba Fett that got knocked out by a blind Han Solo into a Sarlacc pit. Let's not forget that. There's no amount of badass tricks Boba Fett's gonna do in this episode that's gonna make me feel that he's a badass character. Where Luke Skywalker was saving the crew from Jabba the Hutt, and and he basically gets knocked out, right? A blind Han Solo was trying to like help, and he knocks Boba Fett out, and he falls into the Sarlacc pit. So I don't know. It's just. Some people may think, oh, this is really cool. I just kind of think like, yeah, the quality wasn't really that good for the episode. You know, Baby Yoda gets kidnapped, and by the new Dark Troopers that Moff Gideon shows off. You know, it's pretty cool. I kind of suspected they would look like this. They look kind of like the Dark Troopers from Rebels. If you ever watched the Rebels TV show, they look like a more leaner version of the Dark Troopers from Rebels. They don't really look as intimidating as I thought. Kind of sad, really. And Moff Gideon and his mini ship or frigate or whatever you want to call it. Don't bully me because I don't know every fucking ship class in Star Wars. His mini Star Destroyer or frigate destroys the Mandalorian ship. All boo-hoo. And they kidnap Baby Yoda, or Grogu as you want to call him. And it's kind of really bad. For some reason, I don't get the impression that, you know, you should be trusting Boba Fett. I don't think anyone should. Because this guy's a fucking maniac. You know, I don't trust Boba Fett. I didn't trust him at all in the episode. At one point, you know, when he was flying up to save Baby Yoda from the Dark Troopers, Boba Fett, he was about to shoot the Dark Troopers out of the sky, and then he was like, "Wait a minute." He's like, "This ain't no spy stream." He's like, "That's the Empire." Like his piggy bank just came out. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if Boba Fett betrays them. I don't know why. I just wouldn't be surprised if Moff Gideon offered Boba Fett some cash and then he betrays the Mandalorian. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I don't really get that vibe of let's trust Boba Fett. You know what I mean? Boba Fett's you know, he said that iconic line that Jango Fett said, "I'm a simple man making my way through the galaxy." You know, combining Jango Fett and Boba Fett. But, like, I don't get the impression that you should be trusting Boba Fett. You know what I mean? And then we get to the scene with Moff Gideon in the Star Destroyer. And, wow, it wasn't really that impressive, to be honest with you. I kind of suspected Thrawn would show up because they just name dropped. They made a name drop, like, last episode. But, Moff, there's no Thrawn. I thought he was going to talk to him in the holotape or something like, "I've collected the child. Excellent. Bring him to the Outer Rim." You know, something like that. But no, we get Baby Yoda smacking some stormtroopers around using evil Darkseid, and Moff Gideon kind of taunting Baby Yoda. He's like, "Oh, you want that dark saber? Oh, you want it? You want it? Ah, you can't touch it. You want it? You want it? Oh, you can't touch it." He's like, and then they cuff him. They stun him at first, and then they give him like little baby cuffs, which is like, what? They give him like little baby cuffs. And that's kind of the end of the episode. And we get to see Cara Dune once again in the screen. And, you know, she's a great character. I like her character a lot more than Boba Fett. But to be honest with you, this episode was kind of eh. I expected a little bit better from The Mandalorian, to be honest with you. You know, quality-wise at least. You know, I wouldn't call this the worst episode. I think that title goes to probably the ATST. No one wants to talk about it. I've heard some people say the worst episode is the one where they go through the ice cavern, but I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. I think The Mandalorian was just which, you know, they did pretty well to demonstrate that for the viewers. But I think one of the worst episodes would probably be the one where he goes to that planet and he's like helping these villagers fight like some weird ass looking monsters. You know what I mean? Like they look like orcs, to be honest with you. And they kind of, you know, I think that's one of the worst episodes in my opinion, because it didn't really fit the pacing with the show, and it just kind of like, you know, it's one of the worst, for me at least, it's one of the worst episodes. I don't think there hasn't been really a worst episode, but, you know, if I had to pick from the bunch, it'd probably be that one. This one comes a close second because of the, you know, the quality, to be honest with you. But we're at the last arc of The Mandalorian, so there's like 2 episodes left until it finishes, so hopefully it's a lot better. You know what I mean? But until then, I will start to cover The Mandalorian from now on, because, you know, I want to talk about stuff that I watch. Next week we'll cover Mandalorian episode 15, but until then, thanks for watching, and please subscribe and like, and that's it. That's it. There's nothing else to say. Alright, bye.